Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So, in the last episode...
I'm like, we have to get right into this.
In the last episode of Luck We Had, we had discussed the television show 911 and my obsession with the television show 911 and how it was the greatest American queerbait since Supernatural. There have been developments since
so insane, bro. See, okay, so
the
also...
very day that episode dropped, our boy Buck confirmed bisexual. He's a man kisser. He kissed a man on television.
I feel like I haven't listened to the episode that we launched, but I feel like I was kind of anti. I wasn't anti, but I was just like, oh, I'm not gonna go there, guys. I go there now. I'm enrolled in 911 University, and it's bad.
You know what? You know, it was a nice...
There's, like, such a fandom to it. Like, I just thought it was just another TikTok re-upload.
Okay, wait.
And why?
Wait, hold on. Wait. You know, it's so nice for me, personally. I've been here. I have been in the trenches. And
dude, that's how I feel about
when I was starting to blow up on Supernatural TikTok in, like, you know, a mild way, like a 30,000K way. When I was starting to blow up on Supernatural TikTok, I was also like, hey, so you know how in the early seasons of Supernatural that Dean said he wanted to be a firefighter? Look over here. That's Dean Winchester as Evan Buckley. And I said that back in 2021, February of 2021. And then somebody messaged me yesterday and went, hey, did you know that I think you were the first Supernatural TikToker to start posting about 911? I was like, I wasn't going to say it, but thank you.
But I was. See, to me, okay, and we got, I am seeing you. I'm seeing you now. To me as well, and I think this is the reason that I'm attaching so hard, he's giving Ian Gallagher. And unfortunately,
I just watched an episode in which Buck said something, and the way he said it, I was like, that was Ian.
The way he talks, the accent that Mr. Stark, if you're nasty, Mr. Stark is putting on is definitely Ian-esque. Like I think his tone of voice just sounds a lot like Cameron.
It's better. The first season, it's a little weird, but it fixes. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because he was trying to do kind of a New York thing, and it's like, no. But I think it's just the tone of his voice. Yeah. When I close my eyes, I'm like, oh my god. I get, like, war flashbacks. But, I go here now, and this is the best show on television, and because I'm like, why is it so absurd? But, like, every time I'm like, I'm into it. I'm invested. Like,
yeah, like, and then every time there's a big tragedy that one of the main characters is in peril, Buck and Eddie are screaming each other's names at the top of their lungs.
Why are they acting like this is like an Oscar-winning movie? They are putting in their all into it, and it's like they're see, here's the thing. Here's why. Two things. Two things. Let me organize my thoughts. Two things. One. They are fucking acting down sometimes. And the show does not do them any justice because it's shot with, and in the most loving way possible, it is shot with TikTok smooth filter. And they put, like, music in the back that doesn't always fit.
Yeah.
Which,
well, like, Ryan Murphy, if there's one thing he's going to do, it's spend a music budget.
Right.
Like, the music in this show hits.
Oh, the music.
Ryan
the
Murphy
needle drop
produces it.
He sure fucking do.
Yeah, he does. The whole Glee team.
That is vital information. I feel like what was never told to me. I'm just sitting over here, I'm just here kicking my feet, listening to this shit.
That's why Connie Britton is in the first season.
And Karofsky appears in the Ocean's 12 episode. Get me out of here!
Yes,
guys.
Angela Bassett, highest paid woman on network television.
Did the thing, first of all.
For reference, I have not seen this show, so I just have to hear.
Evan, you have to go here. Evan, you have to go
here. I don't go there, guys.
You have to go here.
You have to.
My friend who got really, really into Riverdale, was like,
I went there, and then I had to leave, unfortunately.
Well, we were at a party together the same night that the episode aired, and I was like, Sydney, Twitter is blowing up right now. And she was like, wait, are you talking about that firefighter show? And I was like, yes, I was like, do you watch it? She was like, no, but I've like heard a shit ton about it. And then we were like, we don't go there, but congrats to you guys. And then I started it, and I was like,
for anybody that listens to this podcast that has also listened to my other podcast, Skip to the Gay Parts, I intentionally had not made one about 911 because it was a queer bait and I didn't want to go there. But now that our boy Buckley is a confirmed man kisser, I'm writing an episode.
The day after that, I saw you immediately go active on Skip to the Gay Parts again. You're like, hey guys, heads up.
Hi!
You're like, I've been looking, I've been waiting.
The other thing is that sometimes Buck and Eddie give me Ian and Mickey like season 10, season 11.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna,
but not in a that real way. Not in a real way because it's like their personalities are similar because they're not at all. Just in like the way that they treated Ian and Mickey like sitcom-y.
Yeah.
Almost. Just that and then oh yeah, acting down.
Wait,
sure.
Buck Begins is going to ruin your life. It is going to ruin your life.
Because I'm already attached to him and it's unfortunate. But I was gonna say something else. Oh, so here's my thing. So here's the thing. I buy Buck. That's my boy for real. I see the foundations that they're laying, but I think because I've been scorned in the past, I don't want to like wholeheartedly be like, it's gonna happen. I think I'm scared to let myself believe that they're actually gonna go through with it.
Here it is.
With getting the two of them together. And I've read all the interviews and I know everything that people have been saying. I think I just don't trust
which is fair.
Networks like that.
Which is fair. Here's the thing.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait.
Oliver, in particular, has been very, very good about not leading the fan base on, like encouraging us and not being hateful, but not leading the fan base on.
That's what he said.
But recently
he was like, I tried to make sure I did.
But recently he and Ryan, who play Eddie, have been all out basically saying it was going to happen.
Well, it's like,
and like Edmundo Diaz.
Am I all scared right now? What do you mean?
Edmundo Diaz is a gay man. That is a gay man.
For sure.
They're starting to lay the religious foundation with him in this season. Yeah.
Even before he was being gay, he was being gay. Okay. Yeah. Do you even know how much Christopher misses you?
Do you even know how much Christopher misses you?
Because you're not around. Because you're not around. Like, why would you say it like that? I don't
trust anybody with my son more than you, Buck.
There is
something wrong with them.
There's something wrong with both of them. There's something really wrong with both of them.
When Buck first finds out that Eddie has a kid, he's like, "Yo, you have a kid? Man, I love kids. Do you want to raise this one?"
Right, and it's like that's his thing.
Eddie has a kid.
He has like a 6. He has a. When we first meet him, he's like 6 or 7. But, no, so funny. Well, because it's like, yeah, that's always been Buck's thing, is that he loves kids. Like, even in the first season, he had like a soft spot for kids. And so it's like, okay. And then when he's like, yeah, I'm all he's got, it's like, you looking for a baby daddy?
The reason you don't date is because of your kid? Interesting. How about if I become his second father?
Why did he ask so? He was like, oh, so is that the reason you don't date? Really? That's it? You don't date?
Hello? Why are you asking, Buck?
Well, and then when Eddie was like, they're not my type, I was like, and then Buck was like, yeah, mine either, not anymore. I thought he was going to be like, no, I'm gay.
Like, Eddie Diaz, I know what you are. I know what you are.
No, because he actually plays him
The women he has
gay.
been with on the show have been the mother of his child that he got with when he was in high school. They had sex once and she got pregnant. They got married. Boom. And then there's a girl who is Chris's teacher who Chris really likes. So Eddie's like, oh, I'll date her. Chris really likes her. And then there's another girl who he gets set up with by his tia because she thinks he needs to get married. And then there's a bunch of religious guilt that comes in on that.
Oh
he
my God.
literally kicks her out of the house.
When she walked in as the nun, and that was Glee as fuck.
It was Glee as fuck. It was grilled Jesus. It was,
it was literally grilled Jesus. Evan, it was grilled Jesus for real.
My whole thing is just, I am sitting here, and I'm listening to this spiel, and all I'm hearing is going through 15 years of heartbreak, which I did with Supernatural, with no expectation to have an outcome of what
Buck
you guys
is
are
now
talking about.
Bisexual.
And then at the end of the day, it's a firefighter show. Like,
yeah.
that one thing literally I don't like doctor shows. I don't like cop shows. I don't like that type of genre of shows.
I did know I'd get into it because I do fuck with an action scene hard. I do love an action scene, unfortunately. Like, it makes me stand up and clap at my TV like I'm watching a football game. And like I knew like, and that's why I hesitated to start it too, was because I was like, this is a great American queer bait. But
like,
now
it sounds juicy, don't get me wrong.
But now I'm like, okay, one of them is actually bi, so like we're getting somewhere. Which was what was enough for me to start it.
Yeah, Evan, I want you to know that I am being serious and I am not joking. In the newest episode, he kissed a man and is dating a man now.
No, I know. Okay. Amanda, I'm on the internet. Don't get me wrong. I understand. Like,
I know.
I'm at like an arm's length of what's going on. If a big event happens, it ends up in my department somehow. If it's because of you,
anytime anybody becomes gay on TV, Destiel trends.
Yeah,
so.
no. If I'm already in the gay fandom of the internet, I'm gonna hear about a new queer like sub relationship that like people are gonna be tweaking about, and like I don't know. It's just I hear you. I respect you. I've been yearning to be in a fandom again for so long. Like, oh my god, like, and have that internet discourse and shit like that. But it's a firefighter show, and then you have to tell me that I have to listen to other people's storylines, and I'm just gonna be bored for the majority of the show.
But you love them. There are lesbians. There's Tracy Tom's lesbian.
I love gay people. Don't get me wrong.
Okay, I was in the same boat as you. The firefighting
I
thing,
just also am a hater. We have to.
No, I get that. You're a natural born hater. Here's how I feel. Here's how I feel, and I was definitely in your shoes for sure. I did not expect to end up liking the other characters as much as I did. I thought I was going to be like bored.
Yeah.
But I'm not anymore. They do a good job of like growing on you.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is that even though it's a firefighter show, like, they do like 3 to 4 calls an episode, and they're usually, because it's Ryan Murphy, they're usually like either funny or absurd. Like, I started keeping a list of all of like my most favorite weird ones that they get called onto. Like, there was one of my personal favorites was like, it was a Halloween special, it was a full moon, and that was like a thing in the episode. They were like, it's full moon tonight, like it's about to be a crazy shift. They get called to like a prenatal yoga class because this woman slipped a disc.
They all start giving birth.
All of the women go into labor. And that's the emergency. And so they do like 3 to 4 calls an episode. It's only when they do like a big natural disaster episode that like it's one thing.
Like the tsunami lasts 3 episodes. The earthquake lasts 3 episodes. Like
a tsunami? Like, where are they?
In LA.
God damn.
And
so
I've
seen. I've seen that clip of like the fucking Santa Monica Pier and like everyone,
and he's
like
running.
Oh
my god!
It's like the guy in the sun just like
that's
standing
not
there
his
a little
son.
bit too long.
Yeah.
That's Eddie's son. It's Eddie's son.
Oh my god.
It's his boyfriend's son.
Oh my
god. But in between the calls that they do, because each episode usually has like a theme of sorts.
Okay.
Like all the calls like kind of have a common theme, and so in between it does kind of coordinate with like what the characters are going through in their personal lives. So it's like not all about the firefighting, but there is a healthy dose of like we're a team.
And I will admit, out of all of the like dispatcher shows that are out there, for this does veer in the lane of propaganda more than others do.
Is Nathan Nathan Fillion in this one?
No,
that's the rookie.
Peter.
What show is he in?
Yeah.
That's rookie. If I'm picking up what you're putting down, you're telling me I'm gonna have to sit through 5 seasons of angst until I get 6.
7.
We're in season 7. We're
kind
in
of.
season 7. Yeah.
6.5.
So 6.5 seasons of angst and bullshit.
It's
to
honestly
get
like
confirmation
not,
of bye boy in season 7.
It's honestly not.
I'm gonna.
It's not angst. It's not. They are building They build a family together.
It doesn't, because you never feel like robbed of anything, and the characters like have fun a lot together. So it's not like it's like, oh, we're like torn apart by circumstances or whatever. It's literally like they never considered their feelings toward each other before, and now they
like the divorce arc,
and because they're on a different television.
It's on ABC
fucking
now.
network.
Oh
Thank
wait,
you.
I know,
and
which I
also
thought
wanna
was
talk-
crazy.
Yeah,
I
Isn't
was
that
like,
every?
really?
Fox-
That was the video I saw of you, Amanda. You were like, it took them immediately after picking up.
White man did it in 1 week. Yeah. No, like ABC, Fox canceled. So there's 911 and there's 911 Lone Star, which Lone Star, when they launched it, they're like, hey, look, there's a gay character and a black trans character and a Muslim character, except it's a fake out. The entire show's about Rob Lowe. Like, those 3 characters exist, but Rob Lowe is the fucking main character.
I've seen the clip of, like, the homophobic lady being like, I don't want CPR, and they're like, this handsome man, he's like, I'm trans, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
So there's that entire
I've seen
show.
the clip where Rob Lowe tries to do CPR on a frozen solid person.
And it goes,
the
his hands go
chest
through it? Yes! That's so funny.
911 Lone Star is simply not as good as 911, unfortunately. But Fox canceled
I think that's
911,
true.
but renewed 911 Lone Star. And so when Fox canceled 911, ABC bought 911. And then ABC canceled their firefighter show in the Shonda universe, Station 19. Which, like, sucks because, and now 911,
No!
and now 911 and Grey's Anatomy.
Okay,
wait,
so now you guys hate
this
women,
season-
huh? You said we love the gay firefighters and screw Shanola's
Wait,
there's
women
women.
firefighter
Wait,
show.
So
There's
in
women.
this season, yeah, there's the lesbian Henrietta
women.
and her wife Tracy Toms.
There's women.
She's from
and
Rent.
also
I didn't say there were
Ronda
no
Rousey,
women.
Joanne
and
from
also
Rent.
Ronda
Yeah.
Rousey.
Oh, there was in the upcoming episode, there's one of the characters, a couple of the characters do karaoke, and the woman that plays Hen was on Twitter, and people were asking her, hey, who's the best karaokeer in the cast? And she's like, you do know that my wife is Tracy Toms, right? From fucking, like...
No, seriously, Miss
Yeah.
Broadway, come on.
But no, wait, so
But-
they canceled... So ABC picked up 911. Now it airs on the same night as Grey's Anatomy, which very honestly might be Grey's Anatomy's downfall. Because I'm Grey's Anatomy down bad.
Okay,
I'm
but
Grey's
it's
Anatomy
probably-
since episode 1. I've rewatched it 15 times. After 911 ends for the night, I do not give a fuck about what just happened on Grey's Anatomy. I don't care.
And honestly, though, it's Oh, but is it crazy to say that, like, that 911 might be giving Grey's Anatomy a little bit of a ratings boost because people are just keeping it on after?
Maybe.
You would think it would go the other way around because you would think they would air
'Cause
Grey's Anatomy
there's-
first, and then people are just like, oh, let's see what's on after, and it's 911, and that's how they get into it. But it's actually the
Yeah.
other way
Vice
around.
versa.
Yeah, which is weird.
Has
That's
Grey's
really weird.
numbers been dropping a lot recently? Because I heard that, like, it hasn't been as popular, obviously.
It hasn't.
But that's been a long time coming.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
feel like that's always. They just hired all the newbies, so, like, everyone's bored.
They honestly need another big disaster episode to happen to, like,
Who's
get
getting
people-
shot next?
Yes, honestly. But
And no
Let's
one
just,
wants
like,
to pay.
let's, like,
No one wants to
tear
pay for a
down the
big
building.
disaster.
yeah. But yeah, they
No one wants
canceled.
to pay for a big disaster. I was seriously so floored by, like, the tsunami episode and the earthquake episode that I started doing research into their budget.
Like,
I
bitch.
was like, how much did this cost? And then my roommate was reading me some article and she was like, they built a giant water tank. She was like, most of this is not CGI, it's practical effects. And I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I love practical effects. I'm such a practical effects fan. They built a water tank.
Yeah. Oh, bitch.
That was the size
my
of like
God.
a city block.
You just finished season 3, which means Buck getting crushed by the fire truck. And then there's an episode later where Eddie is in trouble, and in order to save him, Buck has to crawl underneath a fire truck, and he does it without hesitation.
Oh, is that the one where he gets shot?
I can't do this.
Because my
then-
friend keeps
I'm a
bringing that
bystander.
up. My friend keeps bringing that up. Well, because because we sit there and we laugh. Like, we laugh, but when I watch it alone, I'm like, no. But we sit there and we laugh about it.
Because Eddie shot laying in that fire truck, looks up at Buck covered in blood and goes, "Are you okay?" What
What do you mean?
do you mean?
But she keeps bringing up when he got shot because it's so dramatic and drawn out. And I'm like, girl, no. Have you seen the scene where he gets struck by lightning?
And like they bring him
anyway.
into the hospital, and the nurses say, "We're gonna do our best," and Eddie goes, "Do better."
Yeah, I have been holding my roommates and friends hostage just talking about this because it's been like worming its way into my brain in such an evil way. And I think everybody is hoping and praying that I just catch up soon so I can stop talking about it.
I literally
They're
have
gonna be like,
never been
"Girl."
happier in my whole life. I've never been happier in my whole life. This is the joy Supernatural could have brought us if they weren't fucking cowards. That is what this is.
No, because why is he seriously reaching Judson Ackles' I am my character territory?
I
Not
just, like,
funny.
if I start this show, it's just gonna be another pipeline of you two ruining my life.
Sorry. I don't know how you feel about it, to be honest.
It has been 10 years in the making of my relationship with both of you individually, and both of you have changed the trajectory of my life by making me watch a show.
Yeah, I actually just don't even know how you'd feel about this show. I feel like you might even just quit on it. But because it's so funny.
That's what I'm saying is
but it's so Ryan Murphy silly goofy.
Because it's so Glee, I feel like you would be like, wait.
It is genuinely so Glee.
But
Dave Karofsky, it's on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Dave Karofsky's in the Ocean's 11 episode.
Yeah!
So weird. Because why did they... See, and that's the thing is, like, network TV like this, you get a lot of filler episodes, which is nice. So it's like, they did an entire episode where there was a bank robbery.
Oh my god.
And they got framed and they got accused of participating in the bank robbery. The thing about this too, though, is that it's like it is a Ryan Murphy show, but and like his influence is felt, but I don't think he's as hands-on as everybody thinks.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
He's a producer. He's a producer.
Does anything except front money, right?
And I also, I've been catching a little heat about this on TikTok, but whatever. I have been talking about what I want out of the new episode, because in the new episode, they're like, Eddie and Buck are very, very drunk at a bachelor party. Shit goes wrong, and like it's the
plot of The
Hangover.
Hangover,
we flash forward
basically.
to the wedding. So I said that in the next episode, I want to see that they got so obliteratedly drunk that they almost kiss or they do kiss. And then everybody's like, but then Buck is a cheater and that's a bi stereotype. I was like, I truly don't fucking care.
That is like, okay.
I don't fucking care.
I just hate cheating storylines, period. I hate cheating storylines, period, because like I did not like Hen and Karen's cheating storyline. I did not like On the Righteous Gemstones when Judy cheated on her husband. I was like,
however, you don't like the cheating, however, characters are supposed to make mistakes. It is what makes them interesting and layered and not boring anymore.
Well,
so like,
Buck is an idiot. Buck is like dumb as rocks, not gonna lie. And I love
they
him
both
dearly.
firefighters?
Yes.
Yeah, they're on the same squad.
They're partners.
Get out of my face. You know who are partners and we should maybe kind of talk about?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
God, the
Mickey,
timing,
who's not even in these episodes.
Yeah,
whatever.
okay.
The timing, the fact that I posted
Shameless.
our
Shameless
last
is canceled.
episode,
This podcast is canceled.
the fact that I posted our last episode on a Thursday instead of a Tuesday, and it was when we were talking about 911, and then all of a sudden, Evan Buckley man kisser.
Well, we posted that dumbass.
Wait, his name is Evan?
Evan Buckley.
But everybody calls him Buck.
Yeah,
everybody calls him Buck.
And Edmundo Diaz. The people on that squad
Whatever.
are Bobby, Robert, Howard, Henrietta, Evan, and Edmundo.
Okay, but they all have nicknames, and Howard's is Chimney. But no one knows why.
Yeah, it's just an
I
ongoing
liked
joke now.
when Jennifer Love Hewitt in that one little video was like, he's called Chimney because he's smoking hot.
He's
I was like,
smoking
well,
hot.
yes. I was like, well, yes.
Yeah. Evan,
And
if you do watch it, you have to bear through having fucking Connie Britton in the first season. She only lasts the first season and then she goes away. Because then you get Jennifer Love Hewitt.
She dates Buck, though.
Yeah. I hate Abby. I'm an Abby hater to my core.
I don't like Abby either, but I was like MILF X Twink realness. Good for her.
I am an Abby hater till the day I die. But yeah. Anyway, so that's our 911 update. I've been literally losing my mind.
And I haven't been watching anything else, so I'm like, I feel, well, actually, I've been watching 30 Rock. I've only been watching shows that are like 10 years old, unfortunately. Yeah. This is like
I've just been rewatching Glee.
Right, it's like, this is the most current thing that I'm watching, and I really did miss the thrill of like airing night, of getting excited for like when a new episode comes out. Like, I miss that, especially because like now with like streaming, it's like, okay, it all drops, everybody talks about it for a week, and then it's over. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Give me
network television.
Give me network television. Yes. Ah! Oh my god, I'm so excited. I've literally never been so happy. I love 911.
Maybe my Twitter will make a appearance again.
Woo woo!
Dude, why are the Twitter fans so funny?
I know.
They're so funny. It's ridiculous.
Dude, I've picked up like 3,000 new followers ever since I started my rewatch on TikTok. I'm getting like 400,000 views.
I've been tweeting a lot
videos.
more than I have been in the past couple weeks. Follow me on Twitter at Dersholmbeck. But yeah, I miss Twitter. I need to get back into, because now whenever I tweet about anything that's not Workaholics, I don't get any interaction, and I'm like, okay, let me get back into that real quick.
Yeah. So anyway, tune in to
hard.
Skip to the Gay Parts whenever I have the Buck episode up, probably by the end of season 7.
Lena, you might as well be on that episode.
Oh, I'll be there.
I've been taking notes as
And
I've been
I'll be
rewatching.
there.
Yeah. But this is this podcast.
Sorry,
guys.
everyone.
So 25
Sorry,
minutes
everyone.
in.
Shameless ended so long
30
ago
minutes
to me.
in.
Shameless ended forever ago. Well, died 2021, born
Yeah.
2018. Welcome back, Ian Gallagher.
I very truly
Um,
think, wait, last thought about 911. One of the things that makes Evan so pooky to me, like so immediately, is Oliver's birthmark. It's so pooky. I want to kiss him on that little birthmark. Oh my god, I love him.
All right, let's move on.
Also, like, T-minus 3 weeks until I meet Cameron Monaghan.
Oh, I forgot about
yeah.
that. And I'm literally graduating while that's happening, or else I would be there.
Oh my god.
Yes, I can't even go anyway.
No!
I'm
It's good because I would
poor.
probably beat his ass if I ever saw him in person. So I'd be like, I can't believe you did this to me. Changed the
I just,
trajectory
like-
of my life forever.
I feel like I would just, hey.
I would point at him, and then I would point at me, and I would point at our hair. Even though mine's fake and his is real.
You just outed
sorry.
yourself, dude.
It's okay, yours looks real. It's fine.
I know. I always do. It's one of my... I always do it. And I'm like, yeah, but I've been doing it since I was 15, so, like, basically real at this
Like, it's
point.
so weird. You look like a natural ginger. Like, you really do.
My mom was, and my grandma
I've
is,
seen you with
so
every hair
I should
color
be.
over the
Yeah.
rainbow, and this one. This is the rock. This is the killer.
It's the one.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever go away
I
from
can
it.
see like a strawberry
Okay.
blonde.
We'll see. I was rocking that for a second, but it honestly, because my skin is kind of
Like
pink,
a
it just
peach.
makes me look like weird. Yeah.
You know who else looks weird? Blonde is Noel Fisher. Anyway,
Dude, I don't like seeing him in public. Like those photos of him and Cameron, I was like, Lena was immediately like, it makes me think of she's like, please get blue contacts, like please get black hair dye, please.
Please, no, please, you're scaring me. He literally was scaring me, those pictures.
His eyebrows disappear.
I don't like seeing him in public. It's so wild.
the only time I can ever look at him blonde or whatever is when he was in The Riches.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, he
Handsome.
looked pretty good in
because his
he looked pretty
eyebrows
handsome
look
in The Riches.
normal
I was like,
in the
okay.
Riches. They did something that made his eyebrows look normal.
He had like that like 2000s like dirty
I'm
blonde
worried about that.
shaggy.
I'm worried about that AI movie that he's gonna be in.
Oh, it's gonna be so miserable. We were like shitting on him so hard for that.
We
We were being
our
so
group
mean.
chat, you guys, our group chat is mean sometimes. We are mean
We're
sometimes.
so mean. But like, I was just
whenever like any of the cast post photos together or whatever, I'm like, they look terrible. And I'm like, bold of me to say, because I am not famous.
exactly. They have money and they are famous.
Look better.
Well,
Back to a time where they looked better. Let's go. Wait. Jeremy Allen White's still looking great as hell, though.
for sure.
So good.
Well, and it's like, we can't all be on all the time,
Yeah.
okay? I clean up nice, but...
Let's get into the episode, shall we? Thank
we
you all
have-
for indulging us.
Is there any cast comments? No one's been doing anything besides everyone got together for Cam's birthday.
The Connors is still airing. I just saw a promo for it today. That's Emma's thing.
That's our last
And I know
season.
Ethan shows up on that every once in
Is
a
it?
while.
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna run forever. I don't know. John Goodman's still on there doing his thing. They're supposed to start Gemstones season 4 this summer.
Aren't they trying to
And-
kick him off too?
John
Have
Goodman?
Gemstones?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
No, the Connors is like all about him. And then, yeah, he's still doing Gemstones. And Tony Cavallero is also in both the Connors and Gemstones, which is weird.
Get a check. We love it.
Gay people forever, to be honest. But, well, because he's gay and Righteous Gemstones.
Ooh. Oh, is he
Keith
the one that Adam
Nation.
Devine kisses?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were doing something weird there, for sure. Yeah. Oh, Emma Kenny. Oh, didn't Shanola's show get
It's on Peacock.
renewed?
Did it get renewed?
Didn't it get
I don't know.
renewed for season 2? I think it did.
I think so.
I keep thinking about starting it and then not starting it.
Yeah. I don't know about anything anybody else is doing. I feel like Bill Macy's always doing something.
He was
But,
doing
like-
something with his whiskey.
He has a whiskey.
Yeah. That's why they had that, like, party a couple months ago when they all were there, and we were like, what is this?
Oh. Danny McBride has a tequila now.
Ooh.
That's
the
just
Sunny
celebrities
guys
thing.
the Sunny
They have a
guys
whiskey.
Yeah.
They were
I don't care
low key
about
taking
whiskey.
that on tour for like a second, but they don't even sell it in Michigan, so like no way they're ever gonna come anywhere.
They just did a promotion. The Sunny Guys just did a promotion of the whiskey with the Phillies because the Phillies and the Mets are going to play in London soon. So Rob's got a whole
I saw
London,
that
Wrexham
Rob's
whiskey
and Wrexham.
thing.
I saw
Yeah.
that video.
Yeah.
And they put a Four Walls like booth in Wrexham. Like in the stadium, I think.
Yeah.
It's temporary. Or they put up the fourth wall or something.
What happened, there's 4 sides to the stadium, like in the seating, and the one side has been in disrepair for like many, many years, and they just got the green light to tear it down so that they could build it up in the off season. So they tore it down, and when they build it in the off season, they are going to put up like a bar that has fourth wall stuff in
That's really cool.
in the new area. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah,
it for
Shameless cast is pretty dormant, I guess.
Pretty
I don't know.
quiet.
Cameron's always consistently kind of working,
Yeah.
but
Nothing big
they're
from them recently.
chilling right now. Other than Jeremy, who's filming The Bear. Well, Jeremy's filming The Bear seasons 3 and 4 like back to back.
Oh wait, Jeremy got cast as Bruce Springsteen. Jeremy got cast as Bruce Springsteen.
I saw that.
Oh,
in a
what? In a
biopic.
biopic?
I did see that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He needs to be in
Which
that
is
Gene
like-
Wilder biopic.
It's a good choice. It's a good choice, but Bruce Springsteen biopic is a weird thing.
Oh wait, so this is not about the cast of Shameless. This is about the cast of Succession. Nicholas Braun got cast in the SNL 1975 thing, and they said he was cast as Jim Henson, but then there was a picture of him filming. Fully, that's Andy Kaufman. He was in an Andy Kaufman costume.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Nicholas Braun is going to hell, so
Finn Wolfhard's gonna be in it as, like, an intern.
Yeah.
so is Gabriel LaBelle from The Fablemans.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him. I like him. And then there's some other people.
There's a couple other, like...
Dylan O'Brien?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
There's a couple,
Okay,
like,
I
younger
heard
kids that are in it that I'm, like, actually quite excited for.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
a very large range of cast, which I'm really excited about.
I feel like I do want to say like it's kind of been a long time coming for them to make like an SNL movie, but they kind of already did. A Futile and Stupid Gesture,
That
which
was
is
more
Will
about...
Forte. It was more about Doug Kenny, but like
Yeah.
SNL's origins was a pretty big part of that, I think.
Yeah. Just,
Well,
I think...
because he was kind of beefing with Lorne Michaels.
Yeah.
Lorne like stole all of his cast members from his National Lampoon radio show.
Yeah.
Stole like Gilda Radner and Chevy Chase and like a bunch of other people for SNL. So they do like touch on it.
But yeah, I'm excited about that, but I'm trying to transition into the episode. Hey, let's do the episode.
Okay, let's do the episode now.
We're in season 6, episode 10, Paradise Lost. We're almost at the end of season 6, which is absolutely fucking wild to me.
What a ride it's been.
This episode originally aired on March 20th of 2016. It was written by Eaton Frankel. He was an executive story editor on all of season 1, but this is one of 13 episodes he is credited as written by on. And they were Frank Gallagher, it's 107. Frank Gallagher, loving husband, devoted father, blah, blah, blah. 205, Father's Day, and 210, A Great Cause. 307, A Long Way From Home. 312, Survival of the Fittest. 404, Strangers on a Train. 409, The Legend of Bonnie and Carl. 505, Rite of Passage. 509, Carl's for Sentencing. 605, Refugees, and this one. And then his last two are 706, The Defenestration of Frank, and 711, Happily Ever After.
I guess all kind of bangers. Is that crazy to say?
There's a lot of bangers in there.
I find that the penultimate episode of Shameless was better than the finale.
Yeah. And like Happily Ever After? Fuck yeah.
Sue me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, all bangers, to be honest.
This one was directed by a one-shot director. This is her first and only Shameless directing credit, Lynn Shelton. She's also directed on New Girl, The Mindy Project, The Good Place, Santa Clarita Diet, Fresh Off the Boat, AP Bio, Glow, Dickinson, The Morning Show. And like, her sitcom experience absolutely contributed to the sitcomification of Shameless this season. Like, you can see it in this episode.
Yeah, it's weird because Shameless didn't go full, like, kind of sitcom-y until, like, 9 or 10. That was when it started looking smooth.
The synopsis, 40 minutes in. The synopsis, Sean officially moves into the Gallagher house as Fiona sets out a plan to plan a traditional wedding. Meanwhile, Kev is not happy about V and Svetlana's pending green card marriage, gay marriage, and tries to find a way around it. The previous note is done by Fiona Ironing. Previously on Shameless. Dominique and Carl finally hooked up. Svetlana needs to divorce Mickey and marry V to stay in the country. Sean proposed to Fiona while she was getting a divorce. Frank, Queenie, Debbie, and Chucky are in the commune growing poppies. Ian is studying to be an EMT. Caleb is HIV positive. Lip is drinking. Frank is being chased by the gang Carl works for, but also hates being in the commune. Debbie loves it and wants to raise her baby there.
Clarifying question, and maybe just because I can't remember to the last episode, why does she have, I know there was the thing about the, like, the agent that she mouthed off at, but why does she have to divorce Mickey? Mickey's just in prison. She is still
legally married to him, so in order to...
Yeah, but he's an American citizen, though.
But she's not, like living with him. She's not, like, I think because he is a felon and he is in prison, it puts their marriage and her green card in jeopardy.
I see. But, okay. Well, I'm like, okay. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. And also, he would probably not be willing to help her out if she was like, we need to start seeing each other more often. He would be like, I don't care. But I feel like him being a felon, in the eyes of the law, should not be grounds to, like,
I think it's because, like, in order for,
marriage.
like, it to be deemed a legitimate marriage, there needs to be, like, home visits for 2 years. There needs to be, like, quizzes with each other. So it's like, it can't be with someone who is behind bars.
Yeah. Damn, were they not already dealing with that stuff, though?
I mean, she was just flying under the radar.
She was kind of under the radar, but they were legally married. But that was more of a Terry thing than a green card thing.
Yeah, it didn't become a problem until it became a problem.
Yeah, because she's just being housed upstairs that, like, she's just kind of, like, literally
not real.
Yeah. Like, she's not an active participant.
Well, and the worst thing was that she bitched that immigrations officer out.
Yeah.
So.
And we're there, everybody.
You're at the notes now.
Yes. It was saying that, like, I didn't have storage in my Google Docs, so then it wasn't showing me anything new shared to me, and so then I had to go, like, all the way into my email, find the email that it sent when you shared it, then click that link to open
Title credits. Debbie wakes up screaming. She's due in a week. And now Debbie is so into masturbating that Queenie thinks she could pop any second.
Does masturbating, can it, like, induce labor, low-key?
Yeah, a lot of people, like, do that, like, stimulate yourself.
Yeah, like a lot of women, if they're in, like, a 30-hour labor, some people are like, well, if you, like, play with your nipples a little bit, like, it could get this labor moving.
Well, because it relaxes you, it loosens stuff up down there.
Yeah, exactly.
In the grow tent, we're reminded that Chucky was mauled by a mountain lion.
He has the most, like, fake dramatic, scratches down his face. It's like a bear claw down his face.
Unserious.
Last 911 aside, they're really good and consistent about scarring.
I'm literally like, this is a 911 ass plot. Like,
they're good and consistent about scarring. Like, Chimney has that rebar scar for, like, a good long time.
From the 3rd episode?
I know! Anyway, Frank is being told...
Evan's so mad. Sorry.
Frank is being told to return to the shit pile, but he's cocky now, and even talks to the cult leader about how bad he is in bed with Queenie. At the ball...
So you're bragging about being bad at sex?
No, he's
just
saying...
kidding. I know it means, like, I'm bad. Like,
no.
But I'm like...
He's saying that the cult leader is bad at sex.
Oh. Yeah.
Which is, like, that's a lot of balls. At the ball house, V and Svet are asleep with each other on the couch. It's very cute. And Kev comes down and sees this and is super jealous. And V didn't come to bed because she and Svet were celebrating Svet's divorce. And she goes, Lana's single. He goes, Lana? And Lana says, it's what V calls me. Sexy.
Hey, they gotta play it up.
They say the pet name helps their loving dyke relationship. And Kev's like, I thought we dropped that. I thought we weren't doing that. And Svet's like, you dropped it.
I just like,
right?
you
Like, I'm
dropped
still here.
And Kev is like so pissed that V is going to marry someone else. And V is like, you are also married to someone else.
It's also like, bro, let's be serious right now. We have babies together, and also she's fucking both of us.
Yeah.
Let's be serious for
and
one
she
second.
runs your bar, so shut the fuck up.
Like, come on.
Kev's like, I'll fix the whole immigration problem at the end of the day. We can avoid this marriage. And the girl's like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And at Sean's apartment, Fiona, Liam, and Carl are packing up because Sean is going to move in with the Gallaghers. And Carl is also borrowing one of Sean's shirts so he can go meet his girlfriend, Dominique, for breakfast.
His little, like, comb back hair.
Well, because it's all long, because he took the braids out.
Yeah.
He says they're official, that they told Dominique's dad, but Dominique's dad kind of flipped out about it. And Sean comes in and Fiona gets giddy about wedding planning and dresses and florists. And she's like, I'm fucking happy I got it right this time. I want to celebrate it right. It's all your fault you did this to me. This is
Boo.
This is breaking my heart.
Amanda, get ready.
So, the thing about that is...
Oh, no.
It's funny you say that because...
Sean says that Will is going to be his best man, and that even his ex-wife is happy for them, and he's promised to do a full metal detector sweep of the house once he moves in.
I'm gonna say something. Sean's wife, or ex-wife, has always been a baddie. Like, she's always been, like,
Kinda
so
cool,
chill.
right?
Yeah.
Like, every scene she ever had with Fiona, it's always been like, thanks so much. And then when she was moving, like, Will away, she, like, even went up, she was like, hey, I know it's so hard on Sean. Like, I'm so sorry, dude. Like, she's chill as hell, dude.
It's like, and what are we gonna do about the gun?
Yeah, literally
Exactly.
the only
At
time
that point,
she
it's
ever
like-
got mad was about the gun.
And it's like, and that's completely
Yeah,
valid.
respect. Any mother would have that type of fucking visceral reaction. You kidding me? Are you kidding me?
At the commune, Queenie takes Debbie into the birthing tent with the ancient woman who is supposed to deliver the baby in the dirty birthing tub that still has the last woman's afterbirth in it.
It's like leaves and looks brown in the bottom of it, like a dirty ass tub.
Hashtag natural.
Oh. At school, Lip brings Ewan's coffee in the morning and finds out he's got to deliver his midterm grades by the end of the day. Ewan's is like sober and ready for the first time since we've ever seen him.
He's kind of a hard ass this episode too.
He kind of is.
Like for out of nowhere too.
And Lip also has an internship interview coming up, and Ewan's is like, it's time to start thinking about your career. And Lip's like, yeah, fuck off. At Patsy's, which is a smart choice, by the way, Carl, he is having breakfast with Dominique and her dad. They lie about the fact that, like, the dad asks, are you having sex? And Carl's like, no.
Oh. Meanwhile, their relationship started with sex,
Yeah.
basically.
And then Carl picks up the check. And Dominique asks her dad to give Carl a chance, and he gets up and has Carl follow him out to his squad car.
Right, he's a cop.
Yeah. At the clinic, where they, honestly, the lighting in this scene, they nail, like, the fluorescent lighting of a clinic. It's so, like, gray and
Yeah,
blue.
it's always so eerie every time they're in a doctor's office. They make you feel uncomfortable.
And I like that. That reduces the sitcomification. It's like, yeah, this is what a doctor's office feels like. Ian's like, he's nervous, and Caleb thinks about the HIV test, and Ian's like, no, I'm nervous about my EMT test. I am bad at tests. And the first question that the nurse asks him in front of Caleb is, how many sexual partners has he had? And Caleb has to be told, hey, leave the room. Like, this is not appropriate. You have to leave the room.
This is the episode me and Lena were, like, alluding to, like, a couple times ago, just, like, how invasive he gets about this whole situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Like, you are not at the level of
it's-
committed partner where you're staying in the room during these questions.
But it's not even that. It's that the look on his face when Ian's like, yeah, he not be in here? Like, he's like, his anger towards him is like, whoa.
Right, and like,
Watch
I
it, bud.
understand it's early, but like, I'm like, okay, it's also not a great sign that Ian doesn't feel good enough to tell this guy about his past, but wait, I can't remember. Has he told him he's bipolar yet?
Yeah, it was like the last episode when he
right, and
I
it's like
have
he can't
HIV.
just be like, and it's like he can't just be like, when I was sick, like I did a lot of really bad stuff for myself, and like that's just like what it is. Like the fact that he doesn't feel comfortable enough to tell him, I guess that's just as much of an indicator about Ian as it is about his relationship with Caleb. But
it shows his resentment from continuing to try to open up to Caleb to further their relationship. Like there's still
right, because
walls
well,
on
it
both
continues
parties.
that Caleb makes him feel not enough,
It has
or
his
like
guard
or like
up.
dirty, or like, you know, poor or whatever. Like it just
Like he would have answered that question in front of Mickey, because Mickey would have answered that question in front of him too, with absolutely no judgment.
Well, and also it's like Mickey was there, but like I don't think he would have felt super embarrassed even answering that question alone.
Yeah.
Like it's not that
just
he's like
Caleb's presence.
it's not that he's coping. It's right. It's like it's not that he's coping with what he did necessarily. It's that because he's come to terms with the fact that he is bipolar. It's that Caleb makes him feel judged for it.
Makes him still feel alienated due to that diagnosis, while Caleb's like, I can do this even though I have this, and Ian's like, whoa, I'm still rocking.
Well, it's like the fact that they had sex, but he didn't know, even though I guess I'm assuming they had a condom or something.
Yeah.
Because obviously they had to have. But it's like...
But to still continue
fact
without
that-
Ian getting tested as well.
The fact that they got that far in the first place, and Caleb thinks he can, like, lord it over Ian, that he had a lot of partners, it's like...
It just shows his resistance to being honest with him about that factor. I'm like, whoa, buddy, yours is way more deeper than...
Yeah.
Within our personal
Well, it's also
connection
just,
than
like-
it is for your mental
It's
diagnosis.
Well, it's also just kind of like,
If you're
bro, get off your
sticking
high
it, let me
horse.
know.
Like, get off your high horse, seriously. Like,
You are not
like,
better than
well,
him.
Right, well, and it's like, if Ian's not supposed to judge you about having HIV, then you can't judge him about his past either.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Like...
It has to go
Sorry.
both ways. It has to. Dominique's dad asks Carl to go on a ride along with him this afternoon, but he makes it clear he still thinks Carl is a piece of shit. Which I like the honesty.
I like that dad. He's a fun character. I really like him. He sticks around for a little bit.
At the house, Fiona and V are going through boxes. We seem to have remembered that Fiona and V are friends. And V in the best friend kind of way, she's like, I didn't think your wedding was gonna become an annual tradition like Thanksgiving.
Clap her.
Get her, V! And Fiona asked Lip and Ian to walk her down the aisle. And then they find what Fiona was looking for. Monica's wedding dress. Because apparently at one point, Monica had a wedding dress. And Fiona said she and Frank got married twice. The first time only lasted a week. She locked him in the trunk of her car in a Kmart parking lot for days.
Crazy. I love
Oh,
them.
love. At the commune, Frank tries to discuss baby names with Debbie, and Queenie tells him that she took Debbie to the birthing tent. And then she tells him that Frank has been challenged in a fight in the pit to get his conflict with the cult leader over with. And then Queenie blows
awesome.
a horn that alerts the whole commune to the challenge.
So awesome. I wish that we did that in real life all the time.
It's just so funny because everyone's like heads perk up. They're like, we haven't had a pit fight in years. Because everyone's old as fuck.
Back at the clinic, Ian is negative for HIV, and Caleb asks how everything else went in there. And, like, that's none of your fucking business, Caleb. And then
Like,
Ian...
the condescending fucking tone he has with Ian just pisses me off. Put aside everything I've ever said about Caleb, because we know I'm a hater. Just the way he talks to him, dude. Like, if someone ever undermined me and talked to me like that, I would beat their ass.
Yeah. Like, Caleb, as Ian's sexual partner, the list of things that are your business are, does he have HIV or STDs? He said no. Cool. That is all you're fucking entitled to.
Does he
That's
want to
it.
have sex with you?
Yeah.
Yes or no? You're good, dude.
Yeah. That is all you're entitled to of what happened in that room. Is the man you are having sex with HIV positive, or does he have an STD? No? Then move the fuck on.
And you know what? Maybe if you didn't push, and maybe if you just developed your relationship a little more, he'd be willing to tell you.
Perhaps.
Boom. Mic drop.
Back in the pit, Frank and this man are in their tighty whities. The first one to tap out loses. And the
It's
guy,
like mud, right?
Yeah.
Like just dirty mud.
Yeah, it's a mud pit. They're mud wrestling. Let's go, girls.
and like the guy tries to drown Frank in the mud, and then Frank grabs his balls and squeezes until he cries uncle. Premium television. Oscar-nominated William H. Macy in this scene.
Grab him by the balls.
At the alibi, Kev is waiting on a guy who he says can solve Svet's immigration problems without the wedding. Tommy and Kermit are confused about why Kev wants to stop this wedding. And Kev's like, I found this guy on the internet. And Tom's like, yeah, I've found sex workers online too. Except one time it was a cop who had posed as a girl on ebonywonders.com. And then Kermit and Tommy, I love. I didn't know you were into black girls. Tommy, oh yeah, V's number 1 on my spank bank. And Kev's like, you're beating your meat to my wife.
So evil.
You two made porn, Kev.
Yeah, we forgot about that.
But it's not like they expect to encounter people on the street who are like, saw your porn today.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, they put that out into the ether.
Speaking of porn, Frank is fucking a crazy cult lady in the yurt. And then we move on to Lip's internship interview. It's going pretty well. He and the guy are getting along. Lip tells the guy he worked demolition last summer, not at a startup. And then the guy's like, are you sure, like, that you are ready to, like, get your hands dirty here? And he's like, did you miss the part where I said I worked construction and demolition?
No, I love, like, the phrasing of it. He was like, oh, yeah, I worked demo. And he was like, oh, yeah, where's that startup located? And he goes, no, like, demolition.
Like, come on.
Just, like, dude's so checked out.
Over to Ian's EMT practical exam, he has full-on army posture going on. He's, like, standing at attention while the instructor lays out his tasks.
Pushing those tits out.
At ease, soldier, goddamn.
Back to Carl and Dom's dad, riding around the neighborhood in the police car. The dad says that people didn't used to care what happened in this neighborhood before more yuppies started to move in. And then they roll up on a white guy who's walking down the block, like in business casual, and the guy pulls over, finds pills on the guy, and scares him a little bit before letting him go. And meanwhile, Fiona is getting her dress fitted by Svetlana. And she goes, no offense, I thought you were a hand whore. And Svet goes, I use my hands for many things.
Like, okay, like, obviously we know what show we're watching, but, like, very unnecessary way of phrasing that, Fiona. Yeah. You can be like, I thought or she could have just been like, I thought you just jerked it. I didn't know you were that talented.
Fiona?
But, like, a hand, like, whore, like, come on.
Fiona's contempt for sex workers is crazy.
Yeah, like, it's such a, like, I don't know, everyone, I don't know, I always have to remember what fucking show we're watching, so I can't get too deep in it, but goddamn.
But, like, Fiona, your best friend is a sex worker. Like, V does porn all the time. Like...
Right, like, come on.
Let's not act like Fiona wouldn't have an OnlyFans. Like...
Dude.
And now we said it. And now we said it.
Now we hear it.
But she would be one of those people who's like, I don't post naked photos. I just post,
it's
like,
pay-per-view
pictures.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view.
Yeah, or whatever.
Svet says, or V and Fiona talk about Fiona wanting to get the marriage right. And then Svet says, my marriage was too violent. Low IQ, homosexual, I don't care. Is government document only.
Well, homosexual. Well, yes.
Well,
actually,
yes.
Fiona is insistent that her wedding should be special, which includes family being there. And V's like, does that include Debbie? And Fiona's like, yeah, I'm still hoping Debbie gives up the baby. And
I forgot about Debbie.
Svet says, give baby to me. I can get good money for white baby with no deficits. Ugh. Speaking of Debbie, she's having labor pains and is begging for drugs to get the baby out. And Debbie's like, we should go to a hospital. And Queenie's like, no, hospitals and doctors are bad. Okay. At the alibi, Kev is meeting with a guy he met on Craigslist, and he's skeptical, but he does not last long being skeptical. And they settle on, like, a woman from the files that looks nothing at all like Svetlana. And, like, they say that she's, I don't know what she is. She's Colombian? She's not European.
She's not from here, for sure.
And it's not even, like, European. It's, like, so far, like, nothing like
and it's like
Svetlana.
Really, like, very, like, stereotypical, like, kind of, like, name, too. I forget what it is.
But, like, it's so far off, and Kev's like, it's perfect! What? Frank emerges from the yurt with the lady he was fucking crazy, and then he agrees to fuck the lady who had been watching him when he was on bike duty. He's like, there's enough of me to go around, ladies.
It's like Harmony and like... It's like Harmony and like Sunshine. Like, I don't know. They have some like stupid ass names.
Back at school, Lip, who seems sober, gets the email from his professor with his new paper, like, because Ewens was publishing a paper. And then Lip is reading it, but gets interrupted reading it by the sorority house mother saying, hey, you have to go. Because apparently at the party, their like sorority picture that was on the wall, he circled the pictures of the girls he had fucked in the house. And then when he was told to leave, he peed on the carpet and all over the group photos all the way back to 98 and on the house mother. And he goes, I peed on you? And she goes, yeah. He's like, I'm going to be out by the end of the day.
I love that just like he's fighting it, and he goes, I peed on you? Yeah, I'll be out.
Yeah.
Sorry. He knew it was his time.
He's like, yeah, enough said. I will go peacefully. And she's like, oh, I also told student counseling about what you did. Sorry, not sorry. You have a meeting with them today. Back to Carl and the cop. They talk about him stopping the yuppie with the drugs. And the cop's like, I want that guy to know that the clean clothes do not fool me. I know who he is. And then he's like, Carl, I know who you are. You've been to prison. You're not good enough for my daughter. And Carl, genius, goes, you're right. I'm not good enough for Dominique. I don't even know why she likes me. But she does, and I'm going to stick around until she tells me to leave. A+.
Really good. Really good.
Like, what an answer. You're not good enough for my daughter. Correct. And I am aware.
Well, yes.
Well observed. Back in Frank's fuck yurt, he's fucking the bike room lady, and she says, don't stop what you're doing. He says, don't stop what you're doing to my balls. And she holds up her hands and goes, I am not doing anything to your balls. And we zoom out, and the cult leader is manhandling his balls, and he goes, we share everything here. And Frank goes with it.
Well, Frank has always been a skin is skin kind of guy.
Yeah.
Pansexuality, except for, I guess, when he was doing that gay politician thing. But
he would have.
If there's something in for him, he'll do it.
Yeah.
He would have, for sure. Well, and he'd be like, it's not that bad. he would definitely do it, and then he'd be like, that was not that bad.
Like, Sheila did ass stuff with him. He knows it feels good.
Yeah.
Back to Carl at the ride-along. They're now in a high-speed chase of a blue pickup truck that ends up crashing under the L. And the driver gets out, and the cop, Dominique's dad, gets out and chases him and tells Carl, stay in the car. And then a second guy gets out of the truck. So Carl gets out of his car and chases the guy down and tackles him.
And he's like, got you, punk. And I'm like, shut the hell up.
Joining Ian, he's in his EMT exam, and he's doing good. He's really good. He's so good at this. He's gonna be a good little EMT.
EMT Ian is something so special to me. Like, I'm never gonna move past it, I don't think.
It's why 911 got you so good.
Dude, that's literally why I went, welcome back, Ian Gallagher. Like,
For you, he's Ian Gallagher. For me, he's Dean Winchester. There's something for everybody.
Because EMT Ian was something so special to me. Because I'm just like, he literally lost, like, everything. See, okay, this is why EMT Ian is so fucking sad, too. Because it's like, he literally lost everything. And then he found, like, a new passion. Something that he loved doing that involved helping people, which is what he wanted out of the army in the first place, before he knew that the army just, like, preyed on vulnerable kids. And then he lost that, too.
Yeah. He just wants to help people. He wants to be of service.
I know, and then he ended up, like, selling weed or whatever. It's like, fine, I don't care. But I do care.
I care so much. Anyway, watch 911. Back to the ride-along. The cop is a little mad because he told Carl to stay in the car, but he's ultimately, like, not that pressed about it because Carl got the guy. At the commune, Frank tells Queenie that the girls Moon and Harmony, their names were Moon and Harmony.
I was so close.
You said sunshine and harmony.
Yeah.
Apparently they're pissed that he fucked them both. And then Queenie is pissed that he fucked them both. And Frank's...
I thought we shared everything on the commune.
Mm-hmm. And that's why Frank stops them all yelling and goes, to the pit! Fiona comes back in the house where Sean has started to take the pimped out portions of Carl's decorating down as Sean is in the process of moving it. She's like, oh, you took down the slide. He's like, that wasn't a slide. That was a death trap. I took that down.
Nah, that slide was lit as hell. Are you kidding me? I'd keep that. That's the only thing I'd keep. Maybe and the weed plants.
And she tells him she's having Monica's wedding dress altered and that she wants to get married in a church. And then she drops the no sex before the wedding thing on him. And Sean,
sure,
so funny.
Sure.
Sean goes, I couldn't possibly have heard that right.
No, and he's right, because it's like, sure, Fiona.
Girl.
Your libido is just as high as his. Like, sure.
Like, she's insistent that this time be different from her last marriage, and he says he's down for the hoopla, but, like, our marriage will be different. She's like, my last marriage started in, like, a 48-hour nonstop sexathon, so we just shouldn't have sex until we get married. And Sean is like, let's circle back on that.
But it's like, we've been having sex this entire time.
What's gonna change besides being horny?
And also, we've been together longer than you were even married to the guy.
We go back to Lip at school. The counselor is asking him how often he drinks. And she says he violated the school's alcohol policy. And he's like, okay, first of all, everybody in this campus is drunk all the time.
But they don't get caught,
yeah.
Lip.
And he admits he's been drinking since he was 10, but that he's got this covered. And she's like, you are now mandated to attend counseling for alcohol or else you're going to get expelled.
Because he's like, I've been drinking since I was 10, and she starts writing something down. He goes, what you writing there?
What?
In the birthing tent, Debbie is starting to see the downside of having a birth in a tent in the woods by a hippie lady with instruments from the 1900s. And then we go back to Lip at school. He asks if he can sleep in his professor's office because, remember, he's been kicked out of his dorm room. He's been kicked out of the sorority house. He has nowhere to go. And Ewens is like, did you do the midterm grading? And Lip's like, no, I didn't do the midterm grading. I was busy being fired and kicked out of housing and sent to counseling.
No, seriously. It's like, what did you want the turnaround on that to be? Like, the day, 2 days? Especially if they're, like, essay midterms, like Blue Book. It's like, that probably takes most professors at least a week to return, even with a TA.
And Ewens, who until now had seemed pretty cool, is being kind of a dick about the grade thing. And Ewens says, listen, you and I have knocked back a few, but you've forgotten that I'm your boss. And then Lip tears into him. He's like, you stole my ideas for your fucking paper and barely gave me credit for it. And then he says, you're taking a shit in my mouth and saying you bought me dinner.
Okay, this is Lip when he gets a little crazy.
Ewan tells Lip that you're smart, but you need to grow the fuck up. And then Lip tears into him a little more, buttoning it with, no wonder your kid wants nothing to do with you.
Boo.
Get him.
But no, like literally last episode, they were waking up together in his car after being on a bender all night, and then, like, the complete 180 of Ewan's, like, kind of like...
Well, it's like, Ewens is only mad because they're gonna get mad if he doesn't turn the grades in, and he wants to keep his little cushy position, and it's like, but if he had just said, like, okay, my TA was helping me out, and because the expectation is that if the TA comes to you and is like, I can't get this all done, the professor's like, oh, right, because it's my responsibility at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I have to hunker down and do this.
Because the TA is also a
dick
student.
he knows he has to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Ewan's is just typing away at his computer. You could be grading some of those, reading some of those.
Well, and the TA is not supposed to grade all of the papers. They're supposed to split the duties, I'm pretty sure. Like, they're really not supposed to do all of them.
No, just unnecessary, like, backlash from him, of all people.
We go to Fiona's bachelorette party with her, V, Svet, and the mean waitress from the diner. And they're at an all-male strip club. And Svet pays for an extra special show. And then we go to the middle of the night at the commune. Debbie sneaks into Frank and Queenie's tent and says, I need to get the fuck out of here before my next contraction hits. And Frank's like, no, this is paradise, and I am tired. My genitals haven't pulled a triple shift since the 94 Puerto Rican Day Parade.
I hate him.
Yep. And Debbie says, Daddy, please, I am scared and I want to go home. And, like, he seems to take that in.
Something clicks.
Yeah.
Well, it's because she pulled out the daddy instead of Frank.
Every once in a while, in a rare, fleeting moment, he's a half-decent father. Like, every once in a blue moon.
And I do feel like for him, the transition becomes, okay, when do the kids stop calling me dad and start calling me Frank? And then when they are asking me for something, do they actually revert back to calling me dad? And that's when he takes it seriously, is when they don't call him Frank.
At Fiona's bachelorette party, Kermit, Tommy, Kev, and another guy take the stage in teeny tiny little shorts. And Kermit ends his routine by ripping off his shorts. And Kermit is hanging dong. And he has a Prince Albert. Like,
is that the name of the piercing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that's what it's called.
The dick piercing. So crazy.
And the ladies, like, the shot is from between Kermit's legs, and you see his dong, and then you see all of the ladies at the table, like, salute him or raise their drink. They're like, good on you.
Well, because isn't he didn't they tell them that they were all going to be taking their shorts off, and then he was the only one?
Yeah, he was like, I thought we were doing the full Monty.
He was like, guys. Like, well, no one expected him to have a hog like that, so.
Dominique's dad takes Carl, says he was hoping Carl would get shot today and save him some trouble. And he's like, I still hate you, and if I find out you're having sex, I'm gonna take you out. And then Carl runs into Lip on the way into the house and says, I think I want to be a cop.
And Lip's just like, the fuck?
At the club, Kermit has a fan base, rightfully so. And Kev joins the ladies at their table and gives them the fake social security card. And it's a shitty fake. It has one less digit than it's supposed to have.
It's supposed to have 9. I think it only had 8.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm going to take care of it. And the girls are like, I already did that. We did it. We went to the courthouse. We got married. And Svet's like fast food drive-through, McLesbian wedding.
So awesome. what a line.
She loves a gay drive-through fast food reference. Like, this is the second time she's done that. It's America. Wendy's or McDonald's, Burger King, shit. Maybe we go to Wendy's. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell anyone. Fiona is like a little bit annoyed that V got married without telling her. And Kev is furious that V got married without telling him. And Frank, for once in his life, did the right thing and got Debbie out of the commune. She is in active labor in the van that he's driving, though. Meanwhile, Ian gets back to Caleb from the test, which he aced, by the way, passed with flying colors. But the paperwork asked him about being treated for a mental illness. And he's...
cute Caleb being a douchebag again.
Yeah, but he's pissed that spending a few days in an inpatient program means he can't be an EMT.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say... Oh my god, he has a real speech moment at some point, a Tumblr speech moment. Mm-hmm. Or I think...
I've seen the gifs of that. It's in like a locker room somewhere.
Yeah, it's when he's already in the job and the one lady like confronts him.
Because
he lies.
Yes.
He does lie.
Because Caleb tells him
to. He lies. Well, and Caleb's like, you should lie. But I feel like, she says something where she's like, I just can't have some, like, the fact that you lied about it is, like, way worse.
Ian is confused because, Caleb, weren't you pissed that I was lying and not sharing my sexual history? But Caleb's like, the people who look at the paperwork aren't sucking your dick. Once again, Caleb, all you need to know is whether or not he has a sexually transmitted disease. Does he not? No, then it's none of your fucking business. Just like I said...
It's also like, he doesn't know everything about your past. Like, this isn't like I'm entitled to your whole life story, but you're not entitled to mine.
Yeah. And I want to make sure that I'm not sounding like a hypocrite here, because last week I laid the fuck into Caleb for not telling Ian about his HIV status. And
we did.
And if Ian was withholding his HIV status from Caleb, I would also feel he was in the wrong.
Or, withholding an STD at all.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
All you need to know is whether or not he has an STD or HIV. If he tells you he is negative, then nothing else is any of your fucking business.
Right, it's like, you don't need to know about the sex he's had.
Caleb says Ian shouldn't be worried about his number. Caleb's a good-looking fireman. He can go toe-to-toe with Ian's number. And Ian, oh god, he's so soft, so quiet in this. I told the nurse I don't know how many guys I've been with. I danced at a strip club and I worked the back of the house as much as the front. He said he did a bareback porn. R.I.P. Mickey.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like, not only did I work at a strip club and I went home with guys all the time, I was also coked out of my mind and manic that I barely remember that part of my life at all.
And he was also
like not even
kind of prostituting on the side too, not even just at the place.
When he was short on money, yeah, when he was with Yev and
yeah, when he was just sexually manic and hooking up with whoever.
Yeah. I'm sure being with Monica was not helpful for that.
No. Absolutely not.
Caleb checks the no box on the form and tells Ian, sign it. We have a reservation at a nice place to celebrate your test because I knew you would ace that shit.
I hate you.
Yeah, I hate him. Back at the house, Debbie says that Frank is the only one who's ever been there for her. And Frank says she's carrying on a family tradition by having her baby at the house. And then G-Dog's guys pull up.
Forgot about that.
And
kind of so funny.
I think it's actually crazy that they were just following him for real like that. Like, well, because it's one of those things where like they say that and then usually you're like, that's an exaggeration, and the character like was freaking out over nothing. But he was right. He was being hunted. He did steal a lot of coke.
A lot of coke.
A lot of coke, yeah.
So G-Dog's guys pull up and kidnap Frank. Debbie's water breaks and she has to yell for the family's help. They take her inside and they panic, trying to figure out who's going to deliver the baby. And then Frank gets dragged into a room that's insulated for sound so that no one can hear him scream. And the guy who has him fires up a torch. But Frank's like, I can get you opium! I can get you so much opium! I can get you so much opium! Anyway, Debbie is still in active labor and is now on the kitchen table. Gee, if only they had a certified EMT in the family that they could call.
Well, they don't know because they don't care about him.
That's what I was just going to say. I was like, bold to assume they know. Bold to assume they know anything.
Ultimately, V ends up delivering the baby. Like, she had two of them. It makes sense. And Svetlana is she's got her phone up, videotaping the whole thing, which is hilarious. The G-Dog guys bring Frank back to the commune. We go back to Debbie meeting her daughter, Frances, for the first time. And Fiona's like, you named her after Frank.
She literally was like, Frances. And then literally, I think it's like Fiona, she's like, after Frank?
No, seriously, because I would be like, girl,
like, huh?
what?
Franny for short. Shut the hell up.
Franny, whatever, kill yourself. I didn't say that.
Lena, what is, when Frank pisses her off, what does she rebrand the baby to? I forget the name.
She, like, revokes the Frank name when he pisses her off.
She does for a second.
She revokes it because, like,
she does
Frank
for a second.
her off. What's her
but I don't
name?
remember.
It's like her middle name.
Frances.
Why can't I remember?
Hold on, let me look.
Sorry.
I feel like the middle name also sucks. Wait, I'm gonna look it up.
It's like
Franny
I think it's like
Gallagher.
Later. I don't know if it's the end of the
Harriet.
season. Harriet.
Oh.
Harriet. And then is that Derek's grandma or something?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Where does Harriet come from?
Oh.
I'll find out.
But she names her Frances.
Anyways, that's funny.
And Fiona's like,
oh.
What?
Wait. Harry. Named after someone named Harry. Who's Harry?
I don't know any Harrys in the show.
Oh, no. That's just what she renames. Why Harriet? Why Harriet the middle name? I'll find out. Keep going. I'm gonna keep finding out.
Frank.
It's like 4 sentences.
Frank leaves.
Wait, isn't Harriet the old lady from season 1 that she became friends with?
Yeah.
Or Harry,
right now.
or no, it's not. It's not. Harry was like her. Remember how she was like, my husband Harry. The old lady said that. Or she was dating Harry. The old lady was dating Harry, and they were having sex when she died, or something. Or he had sex. He died when they were having sex. Yeah, something like that.
Frank leads the guys into the grow house, and the commune leader comes in with a shotgun, and Frank strategically backs away, and then shots are fired while Frank makes his escape. Back at the house, Debbie is being taken away by the EMTs, and Fiona tries to get in the rig with her. And Debbie's like, no, I have to do this on my own. And then the credits roll. And the credit...
She kind of ate that. I don't know. She kind of ate that, though.
The credit music...
Because it's like, you're right.
The credit music is Hollow Heart by Silverbird. There's no after credit sequence. I triple checked. And then next week on Shameless, Frank tries to shoehorn his way into Fiona's wedding, and he uses Liam to try to panhandle. Lip loses his shit on Ewan's. People throw bricks at the Gallagher house's window. Sean and Frank fight.
It wrapped up like a bunch of different stories.
So crazy. This episode, even though a whole ass baby was born, kind of feels like filler sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
because
we're getting somewhere else.
Svet and V
If
got
anything,
married.
it would have been the baby being born, but
Svet and V
Lip
got married.
Lip got fired.
Lip got fired. Debbie had a baby. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it wasn't filler. It was a lot of development, but there were
Oh
no
my
like
God.
show-stopping
Yeah. The baby was
things to me.
you know, it's still a
But I
novel, but,
DGAF,
like,
I DGAF.
I care way more about Kermit's hog. Like...
No, seriously. Well, it's like the visual
Yeah,
gag of the
absolutely.
Prince Albert is crazy.
This was a good one. That was fun.
The last episode is fucking berserk.
Yeah. It's not like we're coming up on the penultimate and the ultimate episodes of this. So, like, shit is about to go crazy, balls to the wall. Oh, yeah, and then you guys say that the season 7 premiere is your favorite premiere ever.
It's so cool! It's so dope, Amanda. You're gonna be really excited. Literally just the opening. The opening.
Oh, it's really just that first, like, scene.
Yeah, everyone's like
Just
really
the opener.
casual,
But, like,
just, filming it,
honestly,
and they're
the
like,
way that we, like, pick up with the characters is, like, not... Like, the way that... Or where they are after the finale is, like, really not bad, actually.
All I know is that we're like 10 episodes away from me seeing my baby boy again. So, I'm excited.
Is his next appearance the Trevor episode?
It's
It's
when he breaks
no,
out
it's
of
the
prison.
end. It's
Yeah, so that's
it's the end of
Trevor's.
season 7. That's like 7-10 or something.
Yeah, that's like that's during like the Trevor era.
Because it's at the end of 709 that that the cop comes to the door and is like,
Mikhailo
"Do you know
Alexander
Mickey?"
Mikhailo
Milkovich.
Milkovich has escaped prison.
So crazy,
Mickey?
so crazy because that was a fan theory.
Mikhailo
That
Alexander
was-
Milkovich.
That was what his full name was.
Yeah.
That was like a fan thing. Well, it's also just like, it's so weird because none of his other siblings have like Ukrainian names. That was literally such a fan thing.
Well, like, I wonder what Iggy's full name is. I bet it's not just Iggy.
Probably not, but I feel like it's probably not short for anything like, it's probably short for something you would never guess, or it's a nickname.
Yeah.
But like Mandy, Terrence. Well, he's white.
Yeah.
I wish we knew what their mom's name was.
Yeah. But yeah,
But is Mickey the oldest? Or no, there's others. They have Colin.
Yeah.
There's another brother, I think.
But like, who's a brother and who's a cousin at this point too?
No, Mickey definitely has, or no, he just has Colin and Iggy. Colin, Iggy, Mickey, Mandy. But what's the birth order? I think Colin's the oldest, and that's why he's kind of out of the picture after season 1.
But we're so close to seeing him again. I'm so excited. Every step
Yes.
forward
Well,
is
yes.
a step toward him, and I'm so excited. In the meantime, 911.
Oh my god.
No, seriously.
Like, call an ambulance, but not for me. Like, Evan,
Call an ambulance!
you're gonna break
but
one
not
day.
for me.
You're gonna break one day, and you're gonna watch it, and you're going to
I don't know,
fall in
dude.
love
I
with
worry-
Buck immediately. Buck,
I
no,
feel
wait,
like you
Evan
will,
is
but also
gonna
I worry
love-
you won't.
Evan is gonna love Buck stealing the fire
Oh,
truck.
you're
to
gonna
go
love.
fuck.
You would love Buck.
Yeah.
But I feel like you'd have a hard time getting into the rest
That's
of it.
my
maybe.
whole thing. It's just like
you would
it takes
you
a-
would do it. You would do it, but like you would have a. You
That's
would
my
struggle.
thing. Is like I believe I can do it, but I don't see. I don't know how far. I'm
Bobby's
gonna
whole
get.
thing would intrigue the hell out of him.
Okay, do you think that if those two characters get together, you would actually like be willing to put in the work?
Yeah, for the long con,
would be like-
absolutely. But I
Okay.
don't. The committing right now. Just,
Okay, everybody, we have a new reason to root for it. We have a new
But
reason.
with the information I have been dealt in this hour and a half, I just feel like it's going to be another supernatural.
no, I-
wait.
I get that. I
wait.
get that. I
But
get that. I
Evan-
get that.
Evan, flash yourself back. to
flashing
every
back.
time
I'm
that
going back.
Dean and or Cass were in a situation where they were about to die and the other person was so desperate to try to save them.
Yeah, way
that
too many,
happens
and it made me
over
wanna
and over
throw
and
up.
over and over again. Over and over again.
Yeah, but then it's like, okay, where's the closure? Like, I guess him coming out as bisexual and kissing another dude is a serious step. I'm curious to see. Unfortunately, I
think
do
it's
feel like
too
next.
real life. I need some monsters.
Well,
I
okay,
need some
I
like.
do think
I need
no,
some,
because
like,
Evan, it's so
post-apocalyptic-
absurd. It's so absurd sometimes that it's like this is not real.
Wait
But
until you get to the cruise ship. It's nuts. The cruise
it's
ship
like
is
who does
nuts.
this? No, because why did Tommy fly a helicopter into a hurricane and live? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Okay, this is just the.
How did Evan survive a
complete
tsunami
recipe
when
for
on the
a show
pier?
I'll just watch on TikTok?
What do you mean? What do you mean? This
Evan,
okay,
truly just
my
go to
roommate,
my TikTok page and watch the
I
clips
came
I put
downstairs.
up.
I see them.
No,
I've
my
been going
roommate
there.
came downstairs. My roommate came downstairs and I was watching it, and then she started sitting down watching this with me, and she goes, "Wait," she was like, "I recognize this show." She goes, "I see clips on Facebook all the time." It's one of those Facebook shows that people clip. It's like young Sheldon.
And like it is out here being like Oliver, who plays Buck, who just became bisexual,
And he's British.
He put out, he's doing so many interviews lately, and one of them he's like, yeah, so Buck didn't just become bi, Buck's been bi the whole time. I went to Tim at the beginning of this season and was ready to, he's like, oh, I've been playing Buck that way anyway. And he posted on his Instagram stories like, hey, if all of a sudden you people who say that you are fans of the show, in which we've had a black lesbian couple on the entire fucking time, if you all of a sudden don't want to watch it because my character is bi, I don't know what show you're watching, and you don't have to announce your departure. You can just leave.
And he's British.
He's British.
And he's British. And he keeps getting
fighting
dumb
that
little
fucking
tattoos.
accent sometimes.
He's
fighting that accent.
He keeps getting dumb little tattoos that they have to cover up. They let him have 2 of his tattoos, and that's it.
My friend and I were talking, and we were like perfect 911 episode, just like that one lady. This happens in one episode where she hits her head and she wakes up in the morning and she's British.
Yeah.
Stop.
I'm like, do that. I'm like,
Do it
do
with
that,
Oliver.
but with Buck, please, because at least it would make sense. At least it would be like, yeah. At least it would be. It would be kind of a cute little.
Yeah.
It would be kind of a cute little wink because it would be like, and this guy's British. By the way,
somebody wrote that fic, and Eddie's like, oh my god, the British accent's so hot.
I think I saw that. Yeah, and he was like, wow. And it's like, and you know what? I want that to happen, and that would be a perfectly 911 way of that happening. I'm selfish and I want him to be British.
Yeah.
I love hearing a British guy. Well, and he looks so British.
Yeah.
Like, I look at him and I'm like, yeah, you would be.
That's what
Look like.
Cameron Monaghan to me is always given off like British guy playing an American, even though he's an American. I don't know what it is about him.
Yeah, but and then he goes and does all those English theater intensives, and so it's like, British weeaboo for Britain, to be honest.
But
London boy.
hey, I still love Shameless. We still love Shameless. I'm just like kicking, kicking my
It's
little
also
feet.
like
I'm
I
just-
can't. Right, and I'm also like, I'm watching this show, but I'm constantly connecting it back to how I experienced watching Shameless.
Who's
for
the
first
shorter
time.
one? Is that Buck or Eddie?
Eddie.
Buck
Eddie.
is the one with the birthmark on his eyebrow.
I can't see no fucking birthmark.
He's got it looks like a bruise. Like,
It looks like
he's been punched.
It looks like I'm
but
like
it's
it
a
looks like he
birthmark.
got punched in the face or something.
Yeah,
But it's always there. When I was just seeing gifs or clips or whatever, I was just like, damn, does this dude just get punched in the face all the time?
who's
Because I
gay?
didn't know.
Buck is a man
the
kisser
taller
now.
one.
Buck is bisexual. Also, that's my background now. It's my little
And he's
Bucky baby boy.
Awesome.
And hold on, I have to
and
tell you
actually
Oliver.
he's awesome on a very real level and not just
And
a gay
who's
person
British?
level.
Him.
Him.
Evan, look at
That
him.
does. You just. There's a fourth name. I know.
Oliver is the actor's name. This is
For
that's
who?
Buck. That's Buck.
For
Buck.
the taller guy, for the gay one.
This one.
Buck, and he likes the fuck.
Yes.
Yes. Well, yes.
Well, yes.
Well, yes.
And the one doing the blue steel is Eddie.
Yeah. Evan, Buck Buckley,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
Mundo
See,
Diaz.
that's so where I am with Eddie. Evan is, I think he's kind of cardboard cutout-esque. I'm starting to be fond of him, but sometimes he's just like too
Chris
pretty.
gives him layers.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I'm like, oh, Chris is a plot device a little bit sometimes.
Who
But
is Chris?
His son.
His son.
Oh my god. I can't.
His son. And my
killing him.
My friend who is also a huge supernatural
The
person.
tsunami kid?
Yes. My friend who is also a
Yes.
huge supernatural person, I convinced her to watch it because of the Dean and Cass parallels of it all. But she's also disabled, and she's like, "Hey, you could have just told me he has a disabled son, and I would have watched it." I was like, "No, you're right, and you're right."
No, yeah, my friends got really excited because they saw him and they were like child playing a disabled character or disabled child actor, and I was like, disabled child actor.
Yeah. And preach.
And now we said it.
Anyway,
yeah, it's a lot, but like it's whatever. If anything else, it's like, wait, Evan, you don't even need to tune in. I'm just gonna send you my notes app of all the like craziest calls that they went on.
I will literally share my skip to the gay parts like notes with you about. I go episode by episode.
Not even for the catching up on the plot. I'm just gonna send you this notes app because it's literally just like, dude got locked in the tanning bed and burned to death.
So I promise every episode of this
Bouncy house wasn't properly nailed down and it was a windy day and it flew over a cliff.
Wait, I saw that clip on TikTok.
I feel like this episode of this podcast is just enough of a crossover of my other podcast. So sorry, guys, but
You just have like people circling around you at all times, Amanda, just ready to digest whatever you have to put out onto the internet.
Dude,
no matter what topic it is.
I get so overwhelmed with it sometimes. Cause like
Fame.
I get so overwhelmed with it sometimes.
Evan, I'm just gonna send you this notes so far. I'm only on season 3, so like I really haven't it's not done.
Lena, I fully expect you to out of context text me just like insane things that you've just seen.
No, I have to show you some of the texts I was sending my friend because we are 2 comedians.
Wait, let's wrap this episode up. Thank you everybody for listening to the Luck We Had a Shameless Recap podcast. We promise it won't be about 911 every week, but it may be for
unless it is
maybe a few more times. It
for a while.
Speak for yourselves.
We're getting through
Evan.
a boring season while I'm waiting for my boy. I'm sorry. But until next time, hey podcast everybody, goodbye.
Bye guys, love you.
Bye.